Good morning, everybody. Hope you had a great weekend. It was blustery here. The wind was blowing. 25 gusts to 40 as that great big front went through, and those winds lasted for about 16 hours. We were supposed to make it down to 0 this morning, but we didn't quite get there. It's only 12 outside, so definitely still winter. And more scheduled for the end of the week, so big storm, big blow, and I'm sure it's much colder east of the Mississippi too. So we're still in winter's grips. Okay, today we have a Greece announcement with the EU, or certainly by Friday. They hope it comes today. Greece is supposed to submit its list of austerity measures to the EU, European Central Bank, and of course this party that's in power in Greece ran on no austerity measures. So he who has the checkbook usually wins, and Greece is desperate for the money. They can't pay their bills. They can't maintain the lifestyle that they have right now. Their government bureaucracies can't function. The people that staff those can't get their salaries, so we all know why. The new leadership had to bite their lower lip and accept the deal. So today we could have a news spike on the announcement, the body of that announcement. If Greece submits a list in bad faith, risk-off investments will be back in vogue, which means gold and the financials should rally. If Greece acquiesces and marches to the EU's drumbeat, then we'll probably stay kind of right where we are. It's also auction week for us, 2, 5, and 7 year. So we can have some selling today, but tomorrow's 2-year auction ought to bring a floor in. So when we come back and we look at the structure, you can see that we've got volume here, and we got volume up basically at the buck. So best resistance is 28 to the buck, and we have pretty good support below 16. This 8 to 12 area, picking up this volume area right in here. So ideally we'd be selling, we'd be buying 9s and selling 31s this week as the auction gets underway. We've got volumes pretty square through here. When you look at the TPOs, you've got a P. When you look at the volume, you've got a D. So Ds tend to support trading ranges. We do have some news today. The Chicago Fed Business Activity Index at 0.15. When it's above 0, the economy is growing. PMI flash services at 54.2. It's not the ISM one, so they won't pay a lot of attention to it. Existing home sales at 5.04. And Dallas Fed at minus 2.8. So the direction of the E-mini, potential news spike today off this EU-Greece announcement. PMI flash services and existing home sales are probably how the news will play. So I like the buy 9 to 13. The first sell is pretty aggressive, 19 to 23. It's leaning against resistance where it is. Like to get that done closer to 23 than to 19, and then 27 to 31 for sell too. And 1 to 5 will be second buy. You know, Mondays usually quite often are you got 2 or 3 hours before you even know what you've got as people come in and kind of assess what's going on and looking at it. So the most supportive thing we have this week for financials is the auction. 19 to 23 for the 30-year, sell 1, 27.31, sell 2. Knob spread held in over the weekend. 1 to 5, buy 1. 25 to 29, buy 2. Okay, we said if there is no deal, if the Greece submits their deal and it's done in bad faith, it should support gold. If come in and do what Germany told them and the EU and the ECB told them to do, probably head a little bit lower. Like we said, we like the short side of the market. So 1,200 right here, nice round number, is going to be sell 1 plus or minus. Then our 4 to 6 we sell 2. If there is no deal out of the EU, this one will rally back. 90.92 is buy 1. 85.7 is buy 2. Like to get a short on, above 98 possible. Since actually 2009, the European Central Bank and our Fed our Fed doesn't do it as well as the EU does it, but if they can't get an agreement or if they don't like the news that they have, they schedule another meeting that could change things, and that's proven to be a pretty good way to rhetorically support the market and keep the long or short side out of the trade. The ECB is a master of this. Okay, the euro sold. My guess is that the euro is telling us is that Greece will submit a list in good faith today. So we're back where we have been. We like to sell 114. We like to buy 113s. And 75 will be buy 2. But like we've said all along, there is nothing with a Greek deal, without a Greek deal, or anything that long-term is supportive for the euro. You've got the single print at 35. We've got last rotate up at 48. So this 35 to 45, sell 1, come in inside that. And then you got London up here, 60 to 70 for sell 2. Pretty aggressive on that first sell, but that's where resistance is. And it's just below 50. 60 to 70 is just below 75. 113 is a round number. They smacked it pretty good last night, so maybe it's on hold. And 113 will hold as they await for Greek's list of reforms, austerity measures. Okay, one of the things that, and the reason that we have liked the short side of the market in crude since the summer really is there's more supply than demand. And I've seen this happen 4 times now. When OPEC fights for market share, they don't care what the price is. If Japan normally buys 25% of their crude oil from them, they'll match any price out there to make sure Japan buys 25% of the crude oil from them. And that's the way that it works. So the fighting for market share is what takes us down. So 48, a round number, 48 and a quarter, a little bit lower, buy 1. 45, 47, 50, 25 to 50 for buy 2. And crude's for the right reasons, too much supply. Got this right here at 86. We've got this spill from 50, so 50 to 75, sell 1. And 50 to 50 and a quarter, sell 2. So it looks like it's headed lower, and we'll see what happens. Okay, the E-mini, on Friday we talked about if they got a deal, it would be good for equities. Risk-on investments would be back in favor. The financials would sell, and the indexes would rally. We got new all-time contract highs, Dow at a new high, the E-mini set a new high, etc. I was talking about the NASDAQ and 5,000 now. So that's where we are. Structurally, the breakout came from this 98 area, and we're at 2103, so 99 to 01 will be buy one. We're just leaning against the breakout. There's no magic. 95, 97 will be buy two. On the sell side, selling 6 to 8. And then we'll make 10 to 12. We'll take it up just a little bit higher. EU, Greece, news spike. That's going to be the biggie today. They do have till Friday to get this worked out, though. Chicago Business Activity Index, plus 1.5. They like to see that a positive number. It means that the economy is growing. PMI services flash, 54.2, I believe. Yeah, 54.2. Could play, given the lack of other news. Existing home sales, 5.04. Our housing numbers have been coming in a little stronger than forecast. Some of it is from statistical smoothing, no doubt. And Dallas Manufacturing Index at minus 2.8, which would reflect conditions in the oil patch. So the focus, and it won't come at the market's opening, is going to be right here, the EU-Greek deal. Flash PMI 2, existing home sales 3. And that's the order that those two pieces of news will come out. I don't think anybody pays any attention to the Dallas Fed. And that's it. It'll take about 15 minutes to get everything up and posted. I'm going to get busy on that. Back with you as soon as possible.